National Assembly Resolution as at 30 September 2024 and any other business. I think it's important to indicate the institution that is updating the National Assembly. This one is open, meeting with the youth. But usually, we also indicate in the agenda the institutions that we are meeting with. O.V.P. update on the National Assembly resolutions as attended by the Office of the Vice President. Can we amend that and include the institution? With that amendment, can any honorable member move that we adopt the agenda as amended?
I move to adopt the agenda as amended.
Second. I'm sorry again before seconding. The omission is the administration of affirmation. Yeah, first time. So let's add that amendment as well. Administration of affirmation after introduction. Or should it come before introduction or after introduction? After introduction.
After introduction.
Administration of affirmation or oath. That will be the fourth item. Then the update will be the fifth item. And last will be the sixth item. With those amendments, can we do it again? Because a member can move for the adoption with amendments.
So we shall move that we send the other one.
Was they are voting? We are about to.
We are to suspend it, so we cannot abandon the process.
I suspended the second.
We can just complete that one and then go for the
So that's why I say we have not voted, so I don't think we need to be seen.
So you call us halfway out.
Okay.
Okay.
So it has been moved and seconded that the agenda be adopted with amendments. Those in favor, please say aye. Aye. And not in favor, please say no. There is no, the agenda is adopted with amendments. We've dealt with the first and second and the second items. Now we have to go straight to the third item, that is the introduction. To begin with my own self, Alhaji our chairperson.
Serious Kenya member.
Honorable Sarcha member.
Honorable Keba Tumanisane member. Keba Fufana member.
Usman Sise, Deputy Commanding Secretary, Council Vice President.
Council Fadera, Principal Assistant Secretary, Office of the Vice President.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, the Office of the Vice President, Auditor General, and Subject Matter Specialist, we can go straight to the fourth item that has to do with administration of affirmation. The clerk will come down to administer that jointly.
Hereby affirm that.
Hereby affirm that.
I will speak the truth.
I will speak the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
Nothing but the truth.
Nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Yeah. It's like it's one by only one.
He was repeated.
No, so you know this,
He did not hear it. Personally, I, Council Fadera,
do hereby affirm that
do hereby affirm that
I will speak the truth,
I will speak the
the
truth,
whole truth,
the whole truth,
nothing but the truth.
nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you very much. O.V.P. We can now go straight to the update on the National Assembly resolutions as at 30th September 2024 by the O.V.P. The committee called the committee has written to the O.V.P. to give us updates on the National Assembly resolutions dated 29th September 2022, 14th September 2023, and 18th September 2024. Now the Office of the Vice President is here seated to give us the update. If we recall way back in February 28th February precisely, that was the earlier update that we request for updates we sent to the Office of the Vice President, attached where the respective resolutions as indicated earlier on, that is 29th September 22, 14 September 23, and 18 September 23. Also attached were the updates on the sale resolutions and the status of the updates, as well as the remarks as reference. On the basis of that, the Vice President, as required by the standing order, I think he was supposed to report to the, or react to the committee's report. Unfortunately, the response from the respective institutions were not completed at that time. In 2023 December session, the fourth ordinary session, it came with National Assembly and an appeal that we extended his submission of the reaction to a later date. And the date that was given was supposed to be the next ordinary session, and that happened to be in March 2023. So exactly it was in March 2023, the Vice President, 2024, the Vice President responded to the report of the committee on the COVID-19 and as well as the audited accounts of the government of the Gambia 2019. I believe the members have a copy of those response from the Office of the Vice President. Then after March 2024, we have not requested for any further updates on the pending issues. I think the committee schedule updates, unfortunately, around June, but the committee meeting was cancelled as a result of another National Assembly engagement. Since then, we did not have any other engagement until this committee session, that is the October committee session at the time we have committee engagement. And the Office of the Vice President is also among institutions that are scheduled to give updates. And that's why they are here. So after March to now, what further developments do you have from the respective institutions that are yet to settle matters that are before them? Over to you, the Office of the Vice President.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. The Office of the Vice President, following the deliberation of His Excellency the Vice President, at the preliminary where he gave responses to the various resolutions that were passed by the National Assembly in the various days of the 29th, 14th, and 28th, respectively. The office has been committed to what has been submitted, and regarding the audit reports, all the ones that we recommended to be forwarded to the Inspector General of Police for investigation were all been forwarded, and the Inspector General of Police was on the investigation, and we received only one report regarding the COVID-19 for the COVID-19 regarding the NDMA, and the matter is further being sent to the Minister of Justice for advice. But the other aspects regarding the audited accounts for central government, the other responses, some is being shared, because what we are able to understand is some are directly working with the National Assembly, like the Accountant General and other things. And for that case, then we didn't have feedback from this office regarding the updates on how far they've gone. And that has been a challenge. And our expectation was that after the presentation, we could have a session like this where we go through, because some of the answers were apportioned to various institutions where we will be able to know who has done what and at what level. One thing that was pending was the issue of the list of government projects that the National Assembly requested for it to be forwarded. The Office of the Vice President have written to all government institutions for them to submit the list of projects, either self-accounting or what, to the National Assembly. And we didn't have feedback whether that has been done. I think that was the disconnect that has affected some of the responses that were forwarded to this office. Apart from that, the rest are all conclusive. We are just direct answers that as an update, and the document before you, if you have any further explanation that is required in each of them, then we are open to elaborate. Thank you very much.
Now, from your answer, it seems you have no further submission.
Yes, because
as far as updates are concerned.
Yes, because the issues that are on the investigation, we don't. That's the only update that we have, that they are at the police for investigation. That's it.
Yeah, even the ones that are on the investigation, the feedback you receive from the police, we are not here for you to tell us this is what they were able to do, but the feedback, like the case of the police, they gave us feedback. These are the ones under investigation. These are the ones who have given preliminary report to the Office of the Vice President. These are the ones sent to our AG and is under their review. These are the ones that are before the court. So that's what we expect. If you have to give report, what those institutions, the actions that they have been taking, that's what we expect for you to provide. Just like what you did when you are responding to the report at the plenary. You break down all developments surrounding the respective resolutions, where actions are taken, where actions are not taken. So we expect where actions are not taken, the office should have done a follow-up after about 2 months or 3 months to find out the status of those resolution points. Then from there you'll be able to get if we request for feedback or updates, then that is the information that we will expect, because we are not the implementing authority. It is the government that is implementing. So all that we will do is to find out how far is the implementation. That's why we, time to time, we request for updates to know the level of the implementation. So I thought it was supposed to be that way. You provided us written submissions, just like how the police and then the accountant general did it. If we can share that with you. Let's take you through the resolution points. We know what is pending and what should be done or what is yet to be done. Honorable members, it appears we have not got any written submission, but can we take the office on the various resolution points? The ones we have something, then they will know what we have, and the ones we don't have, you want to say something?
Yes. I just want to share something. If you look at the resolutions rather, they're kind of multifaceted, and they cut across government ministries, departments, and agencies. So what we expect from the Office of the Vice President is to perform that overarching role of getting feedbacks on all of these resolution points, irrespective of the fact that whether we've received feedbacks from those departments or not. We believe that you should be able to provide answers to all of them. For example, you look at the Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs. Okay, the feedback from the VP as at March was the bill is currently at cabinet. It was in respect to a resolution point. For example, if you look at the National Audit Office, there's a resolution point which is saying that they have to enforce Section 160 or so of the Constitution by referring cases to the courts. These institutions will report to the National Assembly, but we expect you to do. If you look at the police, they are supposed to do some investigations. Have they done it? How far they have gone? If you look at the Accountant General's Department, they were supposed to do some recoveries. How far have they gone? So, if you look at the Local Government Service Commission as well, because both Kundako Area Council and Denyambure Area Council have been adversely mentioned, and resolution points identify certain action points which are supposed to be done by them. So, I believe, Chair, that the Deputy Permanent Secretary have been really sincere to the committee to say that they have not received feedbacks from these government agencies. So my point is this: if we go through the resolutions now, for me it is not a question of highlighting what is done or what is not done. We are supposed to receive a full report from it. And it would have served as a baseline for this assembly to triangulate it against any feedback that we have received from those individual institutions. The individual institutions would concentrate on the resolution points that affect their respective ministry, department, or agency, but the Office of the Vice President would concentrate on all of them as the oversight fulcrum. So, Chair, what I'm just trying to say here is to, agree on something. And that would be that the Office of the Vice President go back and then consult all of these agencies. If at all currently you have information with regards to individual resolution points that can be shared. If not, they can go through all the resolution points. Because if you look at the feedback we are receiving from the police, it kind of correlates with what you've said. The police are telling us that the COVID-19, all the resolution points on the COVID-19 are included in the report that they have submitted to the Office of the Vice President. And you've reported that that case now has been forwarded to the Ministry of Justice, so that they can advise. So Chair, my advice would be we concentrate on all the resolutions. And if at all we don't have, them in a ready mode, then we can reschedule and have them on a day that we can be too informed. Thank you.
Yes. No. Okay. I think the issue is I just want to make an appeal regarding this issue, because our challenge is the National Assembly communicating with institutions on resolutions that we're supposed to coordinate. I think if we have the responsibility of doing the overarching coordination, this will report us, then you forward it to the committee. I think that if you can have that assistance, because that's why the disconnect is. Because last week when I spoke to the clerk, hello? When I spoke to the clerk about the rescheduling, yes. Okay. About the rescheduling of the first meeting to today, I even spoke to the chairperson that we want to have a scope, because some of the resolutions, the statement that the VP gave at the floor of the National Assembly, some of them were conclusive. They are done. They are just direct answers that we have provided. But there are issues that require further follow-ups to report regarding the COVID-19 funds and other issues. Then if we could, if the FPAN is dealing with the Accountant General on some issues, and also the police is also reporting here, then we are also following the police to report on the same issues. Then if you can have one line, and it will be easier for us, so that we will take the ultimate responsibility of providing you with all this. Because the way we did this one, we can do the similar thing. We just need a letter to be sent to them to give us update on each of the resolutions on what have been done. Then we collate and forward it officially. Then it will be an official submission from the Office of the Vice President. Then for me, if that is okay, we can reschedule this as an appeal. Then in a week time, then we can immediately return to the office, we will do that letter to all the sectors concerned, and they will submit to us, then we consolidate and bring it to this committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Deputy Permanent Secretary. I believe what you call a disconnect is the efficiency of the oversight we are doing. And believe in me, if we give you the role to collect all these information from the various ministries, departments, and agencies, for you to do the formal submission, I'm telling you, if you come here, you wouldn't be able to substantiate it. Because we are having a similar arrangement with the Accountant General's chambers with regards to the accounts of the government of the Gambia. Subventions are done on departmental line, but the Accountant General is the one who is always called to defend or present the budget financial statements, and she's the only one present during consideration. And right now we realize certain material things are happening where she's not directly involved. So the full controllers should be the ones who will be held accountable. Your role here is to collect those ones and make a summation of them. During our interface with those respective ministries, departments, and agencies, there are the critical areas that they might highlight, which may require intervention at a higher level. So, it is imperative that our oversight is done at respective departmental levels. And when you come, one, giving us that summation would usher in the confidence that you are on top of issues, and two, it will create that interface between the O.V.P and FPAC, or the National Assembly, with regards to other areas that needs the concentration or the utmost concentration of what? The executive. So what I'm trying to say here is, currently the status quo is working and it is efficient, though it is kind of confusing to you. There is no confusion. What Parliament is doing, writing to the agencies, in fact, is helping you. Because when they report to us on their respective issues with regards to the resolution that was passed, they will report to you as well. And at the end of the day, the two of us will sit and reconcile. And that will help both sides, because we are performing oversight on them from the executive. We are performing oversight on them and equally performing oversight on you. So it means once we have that double layer of control, eventually whatever is not working on the system, we'll be able to identify it. So I strongly believe, Chair, the only clarification we need to do here is our correspondence with the various ministries and departments and agencies should not stop the O.V.P from performing the oversight responsibility and correcting the reports from them. Because at the end of the day, we will meet you to provide the overall status of the implementation of the resolutions that were passed. Thank you.
Yeah, I think exactly that's what I'm trying to say, that for us, we are not the implementing body. When we pass the report and the resolutions, the onus lies on the government to do the implementation. All that we do is to find out how far you are doing the implementation. And for the respective institutions, it's the O.V.P that can do that follow-up. And then all that we should be getting the report on the status of the implementation. Institutions like police and the accountant general, directly we deal with them because we have reported that if so and so did not happen, the matter should be referred to the police as how the resolution crafted. And it should be investigated within 90 days and report back. That's why the police and the accountant general are doing that reporting. But all other institutions, we have no business with them. In fact, the time they were reporting to us, when the reports was adopted, then some of them thought that they have extra evidences and which they wanted to provide. And we accommodated. That was the time they were getting to us. But other than that, we have no business with the institutions. We accommodated those extra evidences and then provided them to the auditors for further review. And which they did. Finally, they reported back. But none of them, the positions were changed. So that's from there, the ones that's supposed to be sent to the police for further investigation were the ones we sent to. The rest, that's for the office to make sure the respective institutions adhere to. So that is that. Generally, being police or accountant general, it is for the office to find out how they are implementing the resolutions. You can get information from them. At the same time, also they can also provide those information to us. We are made to understand through the submission of the police. They've submitted certain information to your office regarding the level of the investigation. So for that one also, we expect at your end, it may not be different information. This was what we were able to get the police, and we'll try to compare what we receive from them directly. So that is that. Honorable members, I think it will be important we take the office through the resolutions so that they know what they will do. Otherwise, if we reschedule and they don't know still what they're supposed to do, it will come to the same thing, just like how we did with the police. After telling them what they should do, and then the accountant general were able to get the relevant information. trying to observe. DPS, can you take me through the response of the Vice President? Can you take me through?
Sure.
Okay. Yes, Deputy Speaker? No. There's something that I want to compare something.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because that is what's supposed to be guiding them. In that response, there were others where action had been taken, and there were others where there are pending issues. So the resolution points that are there, I observed something that I want to guide them. Yes, so that exactly they know the issues that are still pending. So on that 28th February,
Yes. Which one?
no, you're not 28th February, that is our meeting.
11th March.
11th March.
11th March, yes. Which one? 29 or 29 September or?
11th March. This one is 11th March. So that 11th March,
Yes.
can you, the front page,
Yes.
resolution of 29 September 2023?
Yes.
Do we have resolution of 29 September 2023?
28 September. No. Is it?
No, the resolution, come down.
29, yeah.
Do we have that? I think the resolution that we have is 29 September 2022,
Okay, 20. Then that's
14 September 2023, and 18 September 2023.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
So now,
Yes.
let's look at the content of that.
Yes.
Where this one is referring to 29 September 2022.
Yes.
Okay? The resolution that we have of 29 September 2022, the first one of that is on impress.
Yes.
Okay, I think that's correct here.
Yes.
The second one for that is on the,
Or reconcile
that all on reconciled account, okay?
government.
So it appears this one, that one is also correct. The third one, the government of the Gambia to the Minister of Finance, the government of the Gambia to the Minister of Finance.
Yes.
That's that.
Yes.
So it means this one is the resolution 29 September 2022.
Yes.
I think that's confirmed.
Yes.
Okay. So after that set of resolutions, the next one, they are not paged. The number is not there, but first, second, third. The fourth page. The resolution, that is resolution 18 September 2023. You have that? Huh?
Yes.
18.
Yes.
Okay? So for 18 September, I think we have up to, that one is up to 36. 36 resolution, am I right?
Yes.
If you look at that one is up to 36. Let's see whether we have all the 36 resolutions there. 1, 2 is there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Now for the 18th September, altogether, how many resolutions do we have? We have 36. For us, we have 36. So we don't know where the 37 and 38 comes from. But remember, I stand to be corrected. Our parent resolutions for 18th September, how many resolutions do we have? The list that we have is up to, okay, what is it? It's 38. What is the next page? It's at the back.
Yes.
So that is 18 September. We have confirmed that all the 38 resolutions are there. Okay? Now the 14 September resolutions, resolution 14 September 2020, that's the COVID-19. What is stated there is...
Chair, can I observe?
Yes.
I think I saw where the issue is. If you look at the resolution 37, indeed, initially it was part of our resolution, but later the committee realized that, for one reason or the other, it was not a guided decision, so we dropped it. I will read it. It says that all city, municipal and area councils to keep their credible accounts for 2019 and 2020 by October 2023, for 2021 and 2022 by the end of December, and submit them to the Auditor General for auditing. What we realized later was 2019 and 2020 were already audited.
So I think that was, at the time of the Vice President responding, this was like that. It was when we were reviewing.
Yes.
So what I wanted to confirm.
Can I?
So I understand.
No, if I don't finish, you won't get it. What I want to say is, they picked this from the floor and responded on it. And then their response didn't take into consideration the latter decision that was taken by the committee. Because the latter decision we took was just an in-house discussion. It was never communicated. Thank you.
What we are confirming here, the number of resolutions, whether they are intact. So now 37 and 38, if you look at your copies, they are behind. So that's the comparison we are trying to do. Now it's confirmed that all the 38 resolutions for 18 September 2023 were responded to. 30 years. So now we are moving to 14th September resolutions, 2023 resolutions. And for that one, upon receipt of the auditor report regarding the issues surrounding the COVID-19 fund, the executive immediately assigned the Inspector General of Police to open an investigation into the matter. This process was stalled by FPAC through its engagement with the IGP. Notwithstanding, FPAC referred all resolutions 14 September to the Inspector General of Police for investigation. Resolution 8, which was resolved and no further action required. Therefore, we await the outcome of the investigation for further action. Please note, the resolution A refers to the Gambia head of mission in Beijing, Madrid, Addis Ababa, and Abuja must account for all unpaid COVID funds meant for Gambia students, amounting to 1.3 million to the Accountant General Department, and notify the FPAC by the end of October 2023. Failure of which the Inspector General of Police must launch an investigation immediately and report back to FPAC within 90 days. For Resolution 14, that was the general response. Instead of resolutions by resolution, the office made the general response. Found out that the committee had already submitted to the Inspector General of Police for action. But there could be other resolutions that may not necessarily be for the Inspector General of Police to take action. If you go through the resolutions, you will see the ones that are meant for the Inspector General to take action, but there are others that are not for the Inspector General to take action. Then therefore, the office should also look into that one. That is under Resolution 14. And the ones that are noted that there is no further actions, that one can be noted that no further action. But the ones that the actions are still pending, that one also you need to give update as what further action have been taken surrounding those resolutions under 14 September. Okay?
Yeah. I think for me, what I don't get clear is if you go through all these things and the comments provided, you could see that there are things that are not reported to FPAC. And we don't have feedback whether those are done. I think that's where I'm getting lost.
That is
like if the thing said that it should be submitted to FPAC, and that one is not a government, it's not us and the executive that will know. Then FPAC, that's why if you recall our other meeting, we said we need a very close collaboration with FPAC in relating to implementing these resolutions effectively. Because we are committed to it. And we don't want all these things. If you could see under Resolution 14, if you go further, we said the above response in relation to the resolution we are submitted in detail by special institution to FPAC. To our end, this conclusive. That means there's no further action that will be required.
Yeah, I think if you, when Honorable Member Fofana was saying, generally, that supervisory rule is under your purview. To see whether those people are complying or those institutions are complying and what they have done, whether through the investigation of the police or whether they're supposed to report to FPAC, has that been done? All those things. You should be giving, yes. No, sorry, yeah. The resolution, the moment they were sent to you, is giving you that information that these are the actions that are supposed to be taken. If the actions were for them to work on those areas and report to FPAC, still now you need to establish whether they are compliant to do that.
Yes.
And the ones where investigations are supposed to be done also, the same thing. You need to follow up whether those investigations are ongoing. So those are the things. Directly you may be involved, but even indirectly, your office should be informed of what further actions those institutions are taking. Okay? So now what we want to establish as what are pending issues. If you are to report, those are the ones you're supposed to report. Now we want to take you resolutions by resolution. Let's go to 14 September resolutions.
Sorry, Chair. Can we just finalize on the 18th with regards to the 38 resolutions they are reporting on? Since we know that 37 and 38 are not part of it, can we decide to expunge?
They are part of it.
They are part of it?
Yes.
Yeah, but 37 needs to be expunged.
That's right. Yes, I said when we were doing the report review here, we'll be informing that when we were doing the review here, we said the respective councils supposed to work, we gave them the opportunity to provide further information to the Accountant General. And that was brought to the committee. But nothing has changed. And what they come to resolve to, that will be in our next report. Now that we have not got extra information from them, then we will rely on the management-related queries and then make our report. So therefore, we will not rely on this other resolution.
Perfect.
Okay, next, we rely on our next report regarding this issue.
So what I'm trying to say here is...
Yes, so if they have to report, then they will not be reporting on this. We will bring that to their attention.
That's what I'm saying. Because the report is saying that the resolution is saying that the councils need to prepare their audited financial statement for 2019-2020. Since we know,
and
that is not what we agreed.
We tried to them, they could not.
No. That was a decision which we realized that it should have been done in another way around. Not so. So we just exploit it.
We'll bring them to their attention. When we follow the resolution, if we read there.
So you want to go through this resolution?
But the ones...
Can I go?
Let me learn, sorry. Sorry, let me learn.
Okay, I'll allow you. Then you allow me to come.
I think the O.V.P, just like what we did for the police, let's try to catalog the ones that are pending issues, so that they know that exactly these are the ones that are pending issues, whether with the police or with whatever information institutions. Then from there, if they are to report, then they will know that these are the areas they're supposed to report on. And for that one, we'll start with the resolution 29th September 22, the issues that are there, and then 14 September, and then 18 September. Yes?
Chair, if you look at the response of the VP as at the 11th of March 2024 rather, it's straightforward. The fact that the VP reported on all the resolution points indicates that he knows it is the responsibility of his office to provide accurate feedbacks to this committee. And if you look at this report, it has been overtaken by events. What we need to do, conclusively, is to tell the O.V.P, go back, look at the response of the VP, and update it accordingly. That is what needs to be done. The entire resolution of the 22nd of September 2023, the 14th and the 18th of September is the responsibility of the office of the O.V.P. And you've responded to them adequately as at the 11th of March. All you need to do now is go back, work on the report, on all the resolution points, and update this committee as to what level or status you are in. So whether we go through the report, resolution point by resolution point, we'll touch on all of them. Because the office of the Vice President have that oversight responsibility on all these ministries, departments, and agencies. That's why we are holding them accountable. So my proposal is, let them work on all the resolution points as it was done on the 11th of March 2024, and update us accordingly. And whatever is being taken care of, they know it. I will refer you to, let's say, resolution 5 on the 29th September 2022. This should be on the second page, where it states that the Auditor General considered including its report to the National Assembly all cases of criminal or fraudulent nature reported to the Inspector General of Police. Look at the response of the VP. He said, Honorable Speaker, all discrepancies of criminal or fraudulent nature are always reported by NAO to IGP. Therefore, no further action is required, which means the Office of the Vice President knows that this is conclusive. And if you look at the response again, I can refer you to Resolution 10. Okay, which should be on the next page. That it states that any existing revenue collection by third parties shall be handed over to the Accountant General within 13 days. Listen to the response of the VP. He said, Honorable Speaker, this resolution is acceptable by government and will be effective when the government revenue collection platform is ready and operational. So far, all third-party collections have been marked and catalogued, which means the Office of the VP knows this is an ongoing process, and they need to report to this committee as to where they are. So, no, what I understand, where we define is, you want us to go through it.
No, yes, just like what we did for the police. The work was easier for them.
No.
No, the thing is, if we leave these people to go like it, but this is already with them. Sorry, let me conclude this. Their response was already with them. And if we ask them, can you give us an update? What you are saying, that was what we expect them for them to be doing. The ones where there is no action point, there is no action point. This one is exhaustive. The ones that are pending, what further development are taken? If there is any, they would.
Yes.
But it appears there is still that confusion. So that's why I wanted to say, let's go through them. The one that we feel that one is exhaustive, we tell them that this area, there is no further update. This area, yes, is pending. There is update needed for this. That's what I'm telling you. We take them through their response.
Yes.
And where they are exhaustive, we will know these ones are exhaustive.
Yes.
Where they are not exhaustive, we will know these ones are not exhaustive. And they can know that this is the area where they can give update. Just like how we did for the police.
Yes.
I hope you understand. It will take time, but obviously...
Chair, I think we are wasting much time on this. And the agenda is for them to update us since they are the implementing authority. So let's just go through the resolution so they can update us as to how far they have implemented.
Sorry.
Yeah, you know there's that confusion, what they should do, and then because they believe that some of them are already reporting to us. But if you don't do it this way, that will not be clear. Then they will know which one they're supposed to do. And generally, it's all of them. But the pending ones are the ones that we want to identify. Let them know that these are the pending resolutions that have not been taken care of. Yes?
Chairman, my point is this. I quite agree with you. But there's a difference between the police as an institution and O.V.P performing that overall oversight responsibility. The main reason we went through the resolutions with the police was to identify what was specific to their function. With the office of the Vice President, the main reason I am saying the need to go through it is not there because everything is for them. So now, my only fear is, the risk we might run into is if we look at the resolution point right now and we tell them it is exhaustive, it is as if we are the ones implementing it. There will be other developments from the 11th of March till now. That's why I am proposing again that let us leave it with them. Even the ones they said they were exhaustive as at the 11th of March, it is their responsibility to tell us whether there is any change in it or not. But right now, the moment we go through it and we start identifying this is not finished, that is not finished, before receiving an update from them, which means we are preempting their report. I only submit to your discussion there. Thank you.
Well, I think the Office of the Vice President will look into that, whether they will be in position to give us update based on the early response of the Vice President to the National Assembly. The ones that I'm referring to be exhaustive are the ones that are reported by the Vice President that they are exhaustive. It is not for us to say that they are exhaustive, it's their report. The last report, there are comments made in the last report that these ones are exhaustive, no further action. Are the ones that we are saying that they are exhaustive. Not what level. For them, they are not giving us any further information regarding the update. All that we are relying on is the March report that was given. And in that one, which ones are indicated to be exhaustive, that are the ones we are considering to be exhaustive, not based on what the committee will say, these ones are exhaustive or not. So if the Office of the Vice President feel that they can go through and then make adjustment, fine. But the way they have come here, it appears there is no confusion. They want to be sure which ones they have to give updates on. And that's why I feel it is necessary we take them through, try to spot out where there is update needed. The one they consider in the report that is exhaustive, that one should not be part of it. It's general. Both the police or the accountant general, everything concerning the Vice President is general. So that is the simple thing.
It's okay, Chair. We can
If they are in position,
The Vice President is general.
yes, it's general, yes. DPS, so there are two options: to go through and identify which resolutions need further updates, or we allow you go through your earlier response and make adjustment based on the reactions or response you should receive from the respective institutions.
Let's do it together. Yeah. Let's go through it together and collect it so that we speak the same thing. Because when you do it alone, then you can come back and say, no, this is not it. Okay.
Can we do that? Yes.
Of course. Is that you are just wasting much time?
No, this is not. People are raising issues. These discussions are important. What he is saying is genuine.
Yeah, I withdraw. Yeah.
Thank you. It's
What
genuine.
they are doing, what they are supposed to be doing, they must get the constant update.
There is confusion. So
They must get
what we
constant
are
update.
doing.
That's what administration is about. If a report is given to you for you to implement, and you have given that report to the authority responsible, you must be informed about how far they have gone with the implementation.
I think on the charm, the confusion is on the mode of updates.
Yeah, that's what I'm
The
saying.
O.V.P is with the view that police, maybe accountant or other institutions directly report to us. But we are putting to them that no, even though they may do so generally, they should report to you.
Yeah, but I've done that question. That's what we want to go through.
Exactly. So for them to come and then we clear that, and then before we reschedule them, we need to tell them which area they're supposed to work on. The first one was general because that was the report. By the standing order, they're supposed to respond to that, and that one should be general. But the update now should be the ones that are pending issues, not the ones that are dealt with. Okay?
Yes, Chairman, you don't tell them. It's okay.
Okay. So the 29th September 2022, the first one is on Impress. That one, the Accountant General is before the Accountant General. It was not exhaustive according to the response from the Vice President. It's at the Accountant General. DPS, take note, please.
That one is, we want us to provide for this.
Well, anything that is not exhaustive, according to the report of the Vice President, you should take note.
Exactly.
Unless with the relevant institution. Okay? Unless with the relevant institution. So Resolution 1 is there. Resolution 2, that all reconciled government transactions indicated in the credit account be reconciled by the Accountant General before the end of the financial year. That one is also before the Accountant General. If you contact, we'll give you information. 3, the government through the Ministry of Finance endeavor before the Assembly to revise the Public Finance Bill and a revise of the Financial Regulation 2016B before the end of the financial year. That is for the Ministry of Finance. What action has been taken about that bill? So any development will give feedback. For that the Auditor General consider invoking his power under Section 160 of the Constitution where discrepancies of criminal and fraudulent nature are discovered during an audit. At this, all discrepancies of criminal or fraudulent nature are always reported by the Auditor General to the Inspector General before, therefore, no further action is required on this. So that is what it can be said to be conclusive. Okay? We are saying that the Auditor General should do it. But we are saying that the Auditor General is doing it. So instead of you telling the Auditor General, that means that one Auditor General is doing it. So that one is exhaustive. That is Resolution 5. 4. 5. That the Auditor General consider included in its report the National Assembly all cases of criminal or fraudulent cases reported in police for investigation. I think that's one I read. That's another one. That one also, no further action is required. In 5 also. Huh?
Yes.
6. That the Auditor General and the Accountant General provide the National Assembly a list of all people that have been found to commit fraudulent activities in all sectors and give the list update. The resolution is replicated in Resolution 1 of 18 September. So what is in 18 September is the same as this one.
Yes.
So you provide the same information. Okay? So you can provide information, even though they will be the same. Okay? 7. That the Accountant General resolve all prior year closing balance and current year closing balance of the account of the government with respect to loans and grant to be considered before the end of the fiscal year. I think I'll just read the response of the Vice President. This is an ongoing process, and the National Assembly Office will confirm the National Audit Office will confirm the adjustment in the subsequent government account. So that means this will be confirmed in the subsequent audit account. So that one, that's for the committee to confirm in the subsequent account, not for the Office of the Vice President. So we consider that one for the committee to take note. Yeah?
Since the AG is around, he can take note of the
Yeah, the committee will confirm that with the AG. in the subsequent account.
Not OSA.
Not you now.
Okay, good.
8. The Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs is always part of the grant negotiation. This one is saying that the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs must be part of any grant negotiation and the recipient of all grants for and on behalf of the government.
Yes.
So you are saying that it's always part of the grant negotiations.
Yes.
But the Auditor General is saying a different thing.
Oh.
And that's why we are saying
Government grants.
Huh?
Grants to institutions.
Yes, Mr. Elias, the query I think is there are grants that does not pass through the Minister of Finance. And this is reported in government finances statements. So that is where it's going to be. So not all of the grants do pass through the Minister of Finance. And this is always acknowledged by the government. So they must endeavor to include all, to be part of all government grants to be through the Minister of Finance. That is the issue. Because even this year in the accounts, it's still there.
okay, so you should take that up, okay, with the Ministry of Finance. Now, Resolution 9 is regarding the IFMS. That one also you take it with the Accountant General, will give you update on that. Okay? Resolution 10. The Resolution 10 is accepted by government and it will be effective when the government revenue collection platform is ready and operational. So far, all the third-party collectors have been mapped and catalogued. You also liaise with the Accountant General on that, yes?
I'm not sure whether some of the information that the committee has received, for example, on the IFMIS, the Accountant General reported last time they met us here that the project there were really unwillingness by some of the projects to actually come on board with the IFMIS. I'm not sure that whether that update is important for the Office of the Vice President to note.
Yeah, that's what I said. Let them contact the Office of the Accountant General.
Okay.
Yes,
the projects are unwilling. I think that is where the chair and Honorable Fofana was discussing that the Office of the Vice President, in having this oversight role, really needs to be up to date on some of these issues. Because as the coordinator, as the central, you have the Minister of Public Service under you and all the other relevant ministries under you. There should be that executive commitment from the top, communicating, for example, to all the projects. You must bring out your reasons for not adopting the IFMIS. For example, the Deputy Accountant General explained here that some of them were making excuses for internet connection, and they were having good internet to play with. And then they were saying that the internet connections were not working for them to be on the IFMIS. So for me, that coordination role, if the Office of the Vice President bring together these key stakeholders like the Accountant General and the Minister of Finance and get all the relevant updates, and then from there, get as an executive, the oversight body, communicate now to all the relevant sectors to implement as recommended.
Okay, Chair. I think with that we can further work on that, but like the issue here is the Accountant General and the Minister of Finance. Because any project that is here, they don't give you the whole envelope at a go. And compliance or using of English, if it is a prerequisite, therefore it's something that could easily be done. You know, like ICE, we have one small project with NDNA, and it was a condition that it must go through the English. But the challenge is, Accountant General also have problem in installing IFMIS across. Even in some government institutions currently, you have challenges of accessing IFMIS due to some connection issues. Yeah, but we will continue to pursue it. Like I said, we will discuss with them and we will give updates regarding that. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Number 11 now.
Let's with the Accountant General. That is 9.
Yeah.
10, regarding the third parties on revenue collection. That one also you take it up with the Accountant General.
Yes, I will. 11.
Okay.
11.
11, that the Auditor General considered initiating special audit. And on that, the Vice President responded that the National Audit have established a state-owned enterprise to be responsible for audit of SOEs. Therefore, plans are on foot to take over the SOEs of the audits from external audits. So we give update on that. Since March up to now, what latest development do you have on that plan? Okay?
Okay.
I think that ends resolution 29 February.
Yes.
So in 29 February, the ones that are now out, that no action is needed, is resolution 4, resolution 5, and resolution 7. Okay? The rest we have to liaise with the respective institutions.
You said 4, 5,
And 7.
7.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay? I think that's all. Now, we go to resolution 18. Now, resolution 18 also, no need to read. You liaise with the Accountant General. They have something on that. Resolution 18.1. Okay? And 18.2, that one also the Accountant General.
No. This resolution 1, we want to know whether it was provided to you, because you said
Whether it was provided to us.
yes, provided
Yeah.
a pack with a comprehensive list of all fraudulent cases.
Well, if you liaise with the Accountant General, you'll get the information.
Because what we have here, if you look at our responses,
Mm.
they provided us with a list of cases.
Yes. So we will have to get the update on those lists.
Okay, update on what we answered.
Update on what you have here. In fact, you can even have additional points. If you liaise with them, you get updates on that. Resolution 2, that's about reconciled government transactions. That one also you liaise with the Accountant General. Resolution 3, the Ministry of Finance provide written explanation. That's for the ministry. Can we go to the action points on that one?
Where?
What was the response of the Vice President?
On 2.
Environment were meant for payment of activities already budgeted. However, the explanation advanced by the Ministry of Finance deemed not adequate by EFA. Therefore, it is recommended that to compare the trend with
Chair? Chair?
Hmm?
Resolution 2, we need to provide update
Resolution 2.
on the 18 years.
Yes.
Huh?
You liaise with the Accountant
We
General.
raise with Accountant General.
You are there?
Yeah, I'm here,
Huh?
yeah.
So resolution 3, the response was, garments were meant for payment of activities already budgeted. However, the explanation advanced by the Ministry of Finance deemed not adequate by EFPA. Therefore, it is recommended to compare the trend with obtained in 2020 accounts of government, which is noted. So that comparison, I think that's the first action you're supposed to do. Okay? So you can liaise with the Accountant General on that as well. 3. Resolution 4, I just go straight to the response of the Vice President. So that the action point will know. Following the change of administration 27, change of administration rather, and the eminent regulation and resettlement of the President-elect to the State House in Banjul, organ maintenance works was required, for which approval was sought and authorized for the single source procurement. For the reconciliation works or rehabilitation works at the State House, though approval was sought retrospectively, however, no payment was effected prior. Therefore, rehabilitation works was effectively pre-financed by the contractor. And what was the query? The Secretary General and Office of the President and the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Works must provide a written explanation to FPAC on or before. So the question was on written explanation. And had there been any written explanation? O.V.P?
Yes, I will confirm whether they
Okay.
have written.
So that's what's supposed to be confirmed. 5. Following the receipt of letter of intent from Guy Enterprise for the rehabilitation of roads, drainage, and sewage at Bandul, the Ministry of Transport Works and relevant technical stakeholders indicated made to review Guy's proposal, including the letter of intent from contract project technical documents, among others. The review was satisfactory, and the DINC recommended Guy for the works. As a result, a cabinet paper was developed and approval was granted. However, the DINC decision was based on the following. They are listed: procurement method opted, and 2, urgency for fix the works State House and 8, capital infrastructure of Banjul to protect the lives and properties from the high risk of flash floods, the model of pre-financing proposed by the contractor. So that was the response given, and what was the action needed. As a result, a cabinet in the resolution, the Secretary General Office of the President and the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Works and Infrastructure, provide a written explanation. That one is also about written explanation.
Yes, it's noted, yeah. Yeah, we'll get back to them.
Okay. That the technical team,
No, number 6.
resolution number
6.
6, sorry. All the supporting documents relating to the amount 397,000 have been provided to the auditors except a voucher amounting to 20,000. That one also is a case before the Accountant General. I think you raise with them, they will give updates. Okay? Resolution 7. The matter has been resolved and no further action required. The submission to explain was adequate and accepted by FPAC. So that one has been resolved.
Number 7, huh?
Number 7. Number 8, the permanent the response. This matter has been referred to the Inspector General of Police for investigation by FPAC. You get the update from the police. Okay? Number 9, this matter has been referred to the Inspector General also from the police. Number 10, the change of certification was due to the protest made by the CFO against the company on procurement related vehicles. As a result, the beneficiary institution National Districts opted for change of certification from Toyota to Ford days. And what was the query? That the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs provides a written explanation to auditors and FR on before. This one is also a written explanation.
Was it not provided?
The ministry.
Was the ministry, has the ministry not provided this to the auditors?
That is what is requested. So we should endeavor for them to provide a written explanation. Okay? Number 10. Number 11, there is also police investigation, so it relates to the police. The response of the O.V.P. The Ministry of Finance has provided a written response, okay. To and there was no outstanding vehicle. The total of 17 vehicles were delivered as follows. 7 Ford and 13 Nissan were delivered to Permanent Secretary of Interior. 7 Nissan were delivered to the Chief of Protocol. And what is the resolution about? Therefore, that on or before 28 September 2023, the Ministry provided a written explanation with supporting documents to the auditors and FPAC for procurement and delivery of the 2 outstanding motor vehicles and their locations. failure of which the Inspector General of Police must launch an investigation and a report. That's for the ministry to provide it. And the ministry, this is the explanation provided by the ministry?
Yes.
Yes.
All the answers that the DVP provided were provided by the institution.
By the respective ministry?
Yes.
It's explanation.
No, I think now what we need to do is to confirm from NAO whether the letter is received and whether it is sufficient. Once we confirm that.
So we take note that
Yeah.
this is the explanation advised by the ministry, and then we place to the commission.
AE is indicating that it is solid. Check. You can get that confirmation from the original.
Okay.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes. So
You provide all the explanation, the copy. Okay.
good.
So number one is now between us and now solution 11. Now solution 12, claim people is among the 70 people delivered to the police. So that's also part of the religious explanation.
On the same issue, yes.
Or the national police.
Yes.
So we take it off the national police. Number 12. Now I'm saying whether that is also part of the written explanation advanced in 11. It's different. Okay, then you confirm that the IDP. Okay? Whether that be said in the that is the probability is supposed to be there. So it is to be there. 13, that's about NAO. The mother is resolved and no further action required. So 13 is resolved. 14, the mother is resolved and no further action required. 14 is also resolved. 15, the department undertake to follow all procedures and the relevant stakeholders on issuance of government permits for petrol stations and similar complex structures. Development Control Committee established as prescribed in Part 1, Section 5 of the Development Control Regulations and Development Control Act 1991. This committee includes two. What was the resolution about? That the Department of Fiscal Planning was not issue permits for construction of forest station prior to the rural approval. Now that one, that means for further future actions. Yes.
Regarding this, the answer provided here, there is legislation that establishes a committee that will look into this and which Pura is part of. Now, your resolution is stating that Pura should be approved by Pura. But I tell you that Pura is part of the process.
So yes, Pura is part of the process, but more importantly, for those kind of actions not to be repeated without approval. So that's what we are trying to see that it is checked. But now we are telling us that Pura planning was not issued permit for construction prior to Pura's approval. And that approving authority, you are saying that Pura is inclusive in that approving authority.
Yes, because if you look at the way the processes are structured, the civil work aspect is not demanded Pura. That falls on the fiscal planning. But what was happening before is that Pura gave authorization for operationalization of petrol stations. but not the construction of the physical structure. Now, what the government is, we have a dwelling committee established by law that all these stakeholders in this activity are put together at a technical committee level to review all the processes until to approval. Yes.
Yes, that's what I was saying. I think the end of your response, the committee includes Pura. Pura is part of the committee. That is the approving authority. Instead of Pura doing the approval, it is the committee that is doing the approval. Big Pura is represented.
Because before the it was decided.
Yes.
That's not only giving approval for construction.
Okay. Yes, they will administer.
And you construct a and you have to come and do inspection, say there is okay. Then that's why now they are okay. You guys are the community that will look into the approval of the permit for the construction. You guys are.
Yeah. Pura is part of it, and I think NEA,
You see, the section will be ordered here. If you check it, you get the details of all the composition of the committee.
Yes, now the committee, by law, the committee is responsible to approve or recommend to the approved authority.
No, it's not like the approved authority. But what?
No, I'm asking you, because you know the resolution prior to Pura's approval, what now you said on the approving authority is a committee. Because usually committees are recommend an approving officer or an approving authority. The committee cannot be an approving authority. You cannot go to say, I don't think there is any authority, this committee is approving it. No, committee can recommend for somebody or an institution headed by a person who will approve. So the committee you are referring to, is it the committee the approving authority or the committee should recommend for an authority or an institution to approve?
No, you know, several planning is the approving authority.
No.
Okay, fiscal planning is the approving authority. But part of their process to provide equity on what they are doing.
Fiscal planning approving authority of what?
Physical infrastructure.
Because physical planning is not the approving authority of establishment of petrol stations.
Yes, that's why your resolution is stating that pillars need to be part of it.
No. The physical planning approve a part of the process. NEA approve a part of the process. Pura approve a part of the process. By law.
No, you know the sections here.
No, I'm asking you, say physical planning, we want to correct this. You say physical planning is approved authority.
Yes.
That's not correct.
Yes.
Physical planning approved what? Part of that.
The physical structure.
There are some, okay, who approved the at the end of the assessment in terms of establishing that petrol station there, taking into account the environment impact assessment, the suitability, the structures, and everything. It's a different department. But ultimately, with all that, after everything, who will give a credibility of how approve, go ahead and do the process?
No, that's what I mean. The permit can only be issued by fiscal plan. That's the part.
Subject to bill.
Yes.
Construction.
No, yes. That's the argument. That's the argument.
Construction.
Now,
Construction building.
yes.
It is physical plan.
Yes. Allow me to talk. Like today, if I want to build a school, for example, the approving authority for a school is the Ministry of Education.
Yes, it's a building.
No, allow me to talk.
No, let me ask you. Construction of the building is physical planning.
No. So what I'm trying to explain is, physical planning is the authority, but they realize that the domain that they are going to grant approval in is somebody's expertise. That's why the law gave them the responsibility to establish a committee that will have all those players to grant approval.
No, because you know, committees coming from different facets because it is multi-dimensional. You have the environmental aspect of it, its impact, suitability of federal station in a dual area, or you have also, of course, the issue of the fuel, the use of the consumer thing, bringing it in Pura, and you also have the NEA, community developmental assessment, its suitability, and then you have physical planning, structure of compatibility. So because of that, structure of compatibility, physical planning by law is not applicable. And then we will have all these consortium committees together as a committee, joint committee, to ease operations and movement so that you don't have to go to Pura, the common committee, NEA come, these people come to make it one stop shop. That's why you have a committee. But wherever you have government committee established, committees will look at access and recommend who is not.
That's what I mean. Is it the director of physical plan? That's the competent control issue permits
For federal station.
Yes.
Sorry,
Yes?
Our issue is on the Pura, the permit, the issuance of permit for construction of fuel station should only be done prior to Pura's approval. Our concern is on Pura's approval prior to the issuance of the permit. Yes, so that's how we put it. And what the O.V.P responded is that the physical planning is one that issues permit. But there is a committee that is established before that issuance. And that committee, I want to believe, that is one that was the approval. And a part of that committee, Pura is represented. Actual approval is done by the committee, but the issuance is done by physical planning.
Sorry. Let's read this text clear. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Let's read the text clear. Your resolution says that the Department of Physical Planning must not issue permits. That means they must not issue permits for construction of fuel station prior to approval of the. That means they have to autonomy, but then they don't do it. Unless Pura say yes. That's what the resolution. Now our answer says that the department undertake to follow all the procedures and engage relevant stakeholders on the issuance of development permits for petrol stations and similar complex structures. Development Control Committee established as prescribed in Part 1, Section 5 of the Development Control Regulation and Development Act 1991. And this is that's what we answer.
So that development control committee, what is their role?
No, that's it. To look at the development permits of Israel development of petrol stations and similar complex structures.
And if they look at it, what do they do? What do they do? So if they look at it, yes. What do they do? Do they approve or they recommend?
No. The issue is, it's not directly like that. What we are saying is, today, for example, is the approving authority lies in the hands of who? That is the director of physical planning. But the law says that you cannot do it unilaterally. You have to do it through.
This is what I'm saying. Everyone will come get to understand the way. The director cannot do the issuance directly.
Yes.
There is a committee.
Yes.
And what does that committee do before the director will do the...
No, that's why we said, if you can further consult on these provisions we gave, you have all the details.
No, actually, let me be clear. I'm sorry.
There is law.
Let the PS clear my doubt here. I want to know the role of that committee. Yes. Our concern is, before the department can issue permit, Pura should approve. Okay, prior to approval of the permit. Now, what you are saying maybe is contrary to the approach that we are taking. Now, the thing is fine. I want to know the role of physical planning, that is the director, and the role of that development committee. If the development committee is there, do they have to approve before the director committee issues the permit? Or do they have to give recommendation based on the director committee issues the permit?
Chair, can I observe before you close? Please.
No, that's a question, so let me answer this.
You know what we have to get clear is committees can approve. It's not that only one person. Approval can be done by everybody. It can be done by individual, it can be done by everybody. I think that is very clear. Now, for this development control committee, the reason why it is established, because they realize that physical planning is not the whole institution on certain documents. That's why they say on petrol systems and similar complex structures. Yes.
Do they do approval or they do recommendation?
No, that's not I have to confirm. But what I can tell you is that's what I can confirm. But what I'm trying to say is your resolution is clear. And what this says that what has been, that's what we provided answers for. That this is the process and Pura is part of the process that will lead to the issue of the permit.
I think we have the beginning conversation with the resolution because that is law. Pura's mandate is clear. The Department of Physical Planning, their mandate is clear. However, for the purpose of construction, the Department of Physical Planning is responsible. There are still requirements that need to be fulfilled. And it is the mandate of the Department of Physical Planning to ensure that whatever you are building conforms to what? Those requirements. When it comes to proposed stations, the Department of Physical Planning does have the mandate to issue permits with regards to one, what are the requirements under the law? There are certain requirements that need to be looked at. How far is it away from residential areas? That is the responsibility of the Department of Physical Planning. The health and safety checks that needs to be there. That is the responsibility of what? The Department of Physical Planning. So what our recommendation is seeking here is not for the construction. Before the Department of Physical Planning approves that development permit, they are telling you that the Pura needs to approve the suitability of the location. I don't know if you understand. So, we don't need to have verification. The committee cannot approve that. The only thing the committee can do is to work towards the intent of the establishment of the committee. That is to bring all the stakeholders on the table. For people to say, in accordance with our act, yes, that place is true. The whole assembly just have been established, and we will give them approval. The Department of Physical Planning also yes, based on their development, their plan, the plan of the structure, it is very then all of them can go back to their respective departments and give our approvals. But it is not the Department of Physical Planning who can give wholesale approval. No. There are different mandates which are established by law. And those functions cannot be performed by a committee. The intent of the committee is to bring all the stakeholders on board so that they can speak one line, but not what? Negate each other's responsibilities. I think that proposition needs to be made because it is established by law and not given by a committee.
O.V.P.
Yes.
Prior to the issuance, O.V.P. Prior to the issuance, find out what is the role of Pura. In Pura's Act. I'm sorry, in Pura's Act, what is the role of Pura in this connection prior to this one? Then whether Pura is given the opportunity to do that, if not, we are saying that Pura should do that.
I think, Chair, we have to be very careful because you have two legislations that establish each.
Perfect.
if you want to bring decision, that's why the other legislation spoke on that. To say that we are not anymore in whatever we are given responsibility. And if you look at the government structure, we know that certain things are constructive. And the party, there are parties that are very critical that must be involved to make sure that before you say yes or something. That's why it goes. Some files, some files even move from one office to another for others before you move on. Files move from one department to another. Now that does not mean that the committee, for me what I'm saying is, we quoted a section of an act. And this is a legislative body. The act can be wrong. Then you look at the role of the development committee. It's not that to say that Pura or the reason why you put on this resolution, you want to address an issue. You want to address an issue. Yes.
You refer us to the Development Control Act.
Yes.
And the regulation.
Yes.
In your response.
Yes.
Can you also refer us to the Pura Act? The function of Pura is connection. What we want to see for Pura to do its function as far as this matter is concerned, that's exactly what we want.
No, I understand that.
Yes.
For me, I understand. For me, my problem is maybe I'm not being understood. Because what I can say is, communities that are established by law with multi-stakeholder representation, the role of the representation or representative of each of that institution is to play the role of that institution in that committee. It's not for you to just sit as a member and you are not playing your role.
Yeah, I understand that. What I was saying is that you quoted only one law, and we are saying that the other one. No, coming. Quote that of Pura. If there is any role Pura also should do, prior to these issues, that's not the lens that the committee is putting in. We want to see that they do that. We understand their role in the committee, but that cannot take precedence over their main function as an institution. So can you refer us to Pura?
In fact, I think the response is speaking in a different language. To create a gas station and a petrol station, gas station, you need a license. So this is what the debate is talking about. It's not about the building impact. Because I can vividly remember when the debate was, there was a petrol station that was constructed prior to. You understand? And since it's a regulated service, you need a license from the authority that is in their Act section, that is 21 section 21 of their Act.
Because the intention of the resolution is about regularizing getting in order and not allow people authority refusing and issue license or private or operators to establish gas stations and to have the environment in the event we have the other
For us, we are not talking about the issue of licensing here. No, it's a construction of a station. That's what we're saying. A construction of a station. That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying.
Sorry, yes, we are discussing.
Yes, that's what I have. This is the permit for construction.
You know, you look at the resolution, there is no ambiguity. That the Department of Physical Planning must not issue permits for construction of fuel stations prior Pura's approval. You know where the station of people, it's not a building, it's not your house, or my house, or an office or a school.
Yes.
It's a well station. And you know why this is a resolution. Even if you are a young this is a resolution. You know what it is before. Because before physical plan say, okay, this building we approve it, go ahead and construct a building for the station and dig, go and go and dig everything. No. Allow the Pura to look at all this because Pura, the law states that Pura must take into account of this, the environment impact assessment, disabilities, whatever, emergency, and everything. Then Pura will issue. When Pura authorize you to go ahead and construct that, then you get your how do you call it, building plan, building permit, then you get a building plan. If government policy is to say that this is fake, you cannot build a building with only one floor. It must be minimum 2 floors, and it has to be this way. You know what I'm talking about. We all know that's the law. Then physical planning will look at your plan and ask for the law and policy of the regulations of the minister that's responsible for physical planning as to which area is designated. What type of building? It is first floor, second floor, can you build this? Then they will say, okay, we approve your plan. Then you want to build. That is it. That's what it is.
Okay, I think the next O.V.P. Just go ahead and check the Pura, and then that is what Pura is supposed to do. Then we remind Pura that they should be doing that. Okay? We're going to be according to us in the physical planning and regulations. Could we are interested in the Pura as well. Prior to the issuance of the permit, Pura should approve. If that's what the Act stated, then let's make sure Pura knows that. Despite Pura is represented in the committee, that one is not enough. Yes. What that has to depend on. Yes.
As state institution, we are fully legislated. And today, for example, if there is an anomaly by individuals or certain people that are not according to law, we can address that. We can have a problem of implementing or how to call it, enforcing the law or whatever. Those things can be addressed. But that cannot require that the issue is legislated. Us as government, what we can do is we can provide you what is to be provided legally. And based on that, if there is issues that you have that we are not privy to, you bring it to our attention, that we address it. But like, you cannot say that this is already, and there is a law that already fully provided it.
We are not trying to help each other. You provided us what is the Physical Planning Act.
Yes.
We are saying that, can you go and check the Pura Act? So what we are saying, if that is in line with the Pura Act, as we are requesting, then ensure that Pura applies that. Pura as an entity, they have their role to play.
No, sorry, Chair, we want a clear instruction from this committee. And what we have in the resolution says that let physical planning not issue a permit without Pura's approval. Now, for us, when we are doing our research, we have to establish whether physical planning is engaging Pura in granting approval for certificates. And we are reliably informed that there is a legislation that has established the involvement of Pura in that process.
Yes.
Now, it's not also look at Pura's Act.
No, I think you did your research on one part. That is the Physical Planning Act. We are saying that do your research on the other side, the Pura Act. Whether Pura also has that provision to do. To say Pura is in the committee, we are not saying that, we are not saying that it is not lawful. But we are also saying that it could be. Pura's Act or Pura also has a mandate to do.
Can I read the regulation?
Which regulation?
The Pura Act.
Pura.
Yes, section 21 and 22. Okay. The DPS wants a clear guidance. So now let's look at that regulation where it has little room for any third party to issue license on behalf of Europe. And I will refer you to section 21 of the Federal Act, okay, which talks about licensing requirements. Section 21 says, no person shall provide the regulated public service which this part applies under, unless the person A has a license to do so issued by the appropriate person, and B is providing the service in accordance with the terms of the license. Part 2 says, the person who provides a regulated service to which this part applies without a license issued by the appropriate person commits an offense and is liable on conviction to a fine of not less than $5,000. 3 says, the provision of this section shall have the effect notwithstanding the provisions of any other legislation. And section 22 says, an application for a license shall be made A, to the authority. And who is the authority? People. And B, in a form approved for the purpose by the authority. And who is the authority? Plural. And C, accompanied by such fee and documents as the authority may determine. And who is the authority? Plural. So this is the issue is they are intertwined, but they have specific responsibilities. So we are not saying that the committee doesn't have a responsibility. Okay? But the committee's role is to synchronize and facilitate concurrence among these respective departments. But what the recommendation is specific about is to ensure that the licensing process of fuel is completed before the establishment of these what? Petrol stations. And the intent there is to make sure that we have all these social safeguards. If you go around Manya now, around Manya, which this resolution is about, you will find a petrol station which is in every road. And you go around Busumbala or Faraday, you will find another. And in their regulation, in US regulation, in fact, there should be a distance, a regulated distance between petrol stations. There should be a regulated distance between a petrol station and residences. Okay? There is a regulation with regards to the access points. So all of these safeguards can only be done or evaluated adequately by Pure. So now you have a committee. In that committee, make sure that one committee should be addressed is to make sure that before the Department of Fiscal Planning issues a development permit with the intent of building a petrol station, they should make sure that that particular applicant have license from Pure for that specific location. This is what the resolution is saying. Okay? So another function cannot be taken by the committee because the act is clear. Thank you.
Yes, so I agree with that.
Like the act we are referring to here is 1991.
Yes.
Act came in 2001.
Yes.
It was the academic of Pura.
No, to that, I will tell you, we had Pura here a few days ago. We had Pura here a few days ago. And you know the problem they had? They said, when they are acting today, already some fuel stations were what? Erected in residential areas. And they could do nothing about it. So to avoid implementing of that is why they are current act was not implemented. That is one reason that this resolution needs to be implemented. Okay?
That EPS, the response that this committee includes Pura, that means it's enough for me to say that no, that is not enough. Act on what is in the Pura regulation and ensure that Pura adheres to that. That's only that. It's for future. Okay? So to say the committee includes Pura is enough. For us, that's not enough. Okay?
Sorry, did you have you engaged the Department of Physical Development on this matter?
No, it's not us. No. That we should be telling you that we don't deal with institutions directly.
Yeah, we informed that we are here and they are.
Pura is an institution that because when they are reporting their annual audited financial statements, that's the time. But not that we report them for this institution.
For us who will report.
Yeah.
I will bring this to the attention of the video. Both parties. And we will see what the issue that has been raised.
Sorry, can you make reference to Pura as you did for the physical planning? The time to come there.
No, that's what I'm saying. For me, what we will do is we will engage video on this matter. He will call both parties. He will call Luna and physical planning. Because what is on the resolution and what is coming from the ground, that there are issues that that's not all what is on the paper here. Now, on this issue, we will engage and we will bring both parties together. What is the challenge in terms of granting approval?
Okay, can we proceed? On 16, the ministry has taken requisite steps to regulate the situation at the NYSS. So we can give you report on that. The steps taken, the update of that on 16. 17, give us a explanation is under the review by auditors. The explanation by GIBOS is given to auditors under the review. The auditors will give us update. That's not for you now. Huh? Can we proceed 18? The Gambia Competition and Consumer Protection Commission has recovered the entire sum of monies defrauded by its former staff concerning the fraud of the final liquidation payment of these sums was made on 22nd September. So the sale has completed, has recovered. So videos will confirm that.
Yes. We will have
Okay. We'll confirm. So that's 18, 17 and 18 on the audit, not O.V.P. 19, the matter has been referred to the Secretary of Police for investigation. You get confirmation, the update from the IDP on 19. 20, the Cameroon Council Congress was visited and Council provided post office engagement with Lagos on the matter. The matter is still under investigation by the Select Committee. The Select Committee is investigating. Who is the Select Committee? So that one, the National Assembly will give report. National Assembly. 21, the matter has been referred to the Inspector General. You raised the Inspector General for update. 21. 22, the matter has been referred to the Inspector General of Police. That one also the same. 23, the Ministry of Lands, Local Government and so on committed to the revision of the Local Government Act. So the Ministry is a beneficiary of the 3-year EU funded project known as the GREAT project, and that it will enable to conduct comprehensive and holistic review of the Local Government Act, the Local Government Finance Act, and 2024 as well as other legislation. Therefore, the process of the review has commenced. What is the state of the review? The brief of the okay? 24 judiciary. The Judicial Secretary will engage accordingly for the judiciary to cooperate with the part and prepare its accounts for stipulated period. Furthermore, we recommended for the matter to be handled by the National Assembly and auditors in our pursuit for separation of powers. I think that is on. And I think it started with this year. They submitted. So that one is taking care. Is it 24? Yes. 25. The Gambia Public Procurement Authority will provide comprehensive report of institutions as per a sitting schedule. However, we acknowledge that there are some areas that GBA hope to clear soon. However, GBA has been directed to comply with effort to provide the compliance reports. GBA, well, it's not for committees as far as the committee is concerned. I think you need to post on them to do as the National Audit Office is doing. They are very proactive, to be honest. O.V.P, you hear that? Yes. GPS compliance reports as far as institutions are concerned are not to that as far as the reporting is concerned. Yes, Chair,
I think this particular one is very good because if you look at the budget, I stand to be corrected, but it will be fair to say over 60% of the development all goes to the water economy. And you will realize that the only quality safeguard we have is the National Audit Office, which will be providing us with the financial statements. And this should be presented and considered alongside the comprehensive report. But I would like to say over 90% of the audited financial statements that are representative and considered have been done without the comprehensive report, because there is absolutely nothing coming from the GPA. And this is not good for financial affairs. So we will engage the office of the Vice President to engage GPA. If at all there are challenges, let those gaps be identified so that we can have a collective roadmap that will put them on a more efficient front. But currently, the status quo is not encouraging at all. In fact, they are not giving reports. That is the honest truth. Any hope, you will comment them. You will definitely comment them. But for GPA, much desired.
So O.V.P, you have to take that up with the GBA and the institutions as well. Sometimes GBA will also complain that the institutions are not performing which is big. If they fall into the GBA, they are talking of manpower and all that not. So what we have to tell you, the compliance reports are not forthcoming as should be compared to the NAO. Are you listening to GBA? 25. 26. The Committee of Rent and Accommodation under my review have regularized all rent agreements and directed for the negotiation for the rent to be done by COLA. What was the query about? The government institutions must immediately regularize all rental agreements they have with the Committee on Rent and Accommodation and desist from any further negotiation on their own. I think the action to do and then also to desist from further actions. So what we are stating is that under the copy of the Vice President, that has regularized and all rent agreements directed for the negotiation for the rent be done by COLA. So COLA is doing all that. Okay? Yes.
And yes, how would this be reflected in the budget? Because if COLA is doing it, then we expect all of it to be budgeted under the O.V.P. to serve as a control. But should we be saying these ministries or departments and agencies budgeting for rent on individual basis? Then that will raise other questions. So how would they be expecting this to be reflected on the upcoming budgets?
The rents that are money from the core, is body responsible for the allocation of government office and accommodation. Those ones are fully managed by the rest of the system. All the decisions and the agreements are done. But at individual physical levels, for example, there are some rights around, and that one is not for pure. But in terms of budgeting, program budget, current budgets for, we have current budget on the O.V.P on our program, that is there. But these other ones like some issues that have some dependencies and some other issues that are there, those ones are not from the course. Yes. But in terms of budget, we budget for offices and accommodation that we have obligation and our government to keep like for certain technical assistance. So this is sure that we also have accommodation to how they are.
So to be fair to say that all government institutions do not have their regular agreements on the quarter, that there are some which are still delineated.
Yes, some institutions, because like you look at the government,
some ministries still have their own budget.
We all get under the administration of the Committee on Regular Accommodation. Because the intention there is to save costs. And we strongly believe the committee can do better. Chair, I think we'll have the aspect of the progress, and it is that will be further responses we'll be expecting from the O.V.P.
Okay. Why is it secretary? O.V.P. For a resolution 26.
No, anyway, I think strategically, we have to see. Because what the government of Uganda is doing is very, very high.
Yeah.
So it's good we are starting here, but okay, you guys.
Honorable, you are very correct on that. And we have raised this issue with them, and also we continue bringing it out. And also, I think this is where the coordination of consent is very important. That instead of even looking for those rights, why would some of the government buildings be renovated and be used without paying for those rights? We have a lot of cases in our own case, for example. This was why it was very important for the committee to collaborate with those dealing with government affairs and the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Local Government to look at alternative avenues of non-reality. Because some of these rents, we find them in places that they are not very well negotiated. They don't value for money. You could have, look at the individual ministry where in the negotiation at the time, the O.V.P was not very much part of the negotiation. They just received kind of an agreement at the end of the time. So this is where the arguments, this is where the negotiation is coming from. For example, some of the agreements, even the ministries have entered into those agreements without the initiation from Cora, because we all know that Cora is a responsible party. And Cora is not to receive an agreement and just to add it as part of this rent list of rents. No, that is definitely where the value for money question comes in. Because then somebody could have negotiated whatever he negotiated and he goes on Cora and then the government will pay or whatever. I think this is very important. The only exception there is what he is talking about. I think BBS is very is trying to put a Google review here. That is a very smart thing. And then the embassies are very, very critical. And I think the BBS understands that the Cora may be challenged at the moment with all the logistical issues around embassy issues. But even with that, we are suggesting to the Minister of Finance and the government to have a policy on that, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Because we have paid rent, why can't we be mortgaging? Those embassies where we have permanent residents, those embassies where we have land. Right now we have an embassy, we have land in Dakar here. we are renting our embassy in Dakar, the land that we own, renting it, and we are going and renting another place and owning our embassy in Dakar, in Europe. But we have a land in Grand Dakar, in Canada, in the center, where we could opportunistically build that land with storage and then be earning a lot of rent income from this. So I think that I have been advocating for this. I have advocated it through the Minister of Finance, through the Academy General, it is in our report also. In all the embassy inspection report, we have always agreed that there should be substitution of rent for mortgages. Why should we pay for rent in Abuja when we have a land next to the American embassy in Abuja?
So this is why I'm asking, why should we exclude the foreign service on it? Because
the issue of that, professionally, we all used to have benefits, but professionally it's a bit difficult to be, especially a lot of things are happening. Because like today, for example, Minister of Interior, they have a lot here, they have a lot all over. Yeah, but when they started the process, because financing is an issue that we have to be very realistic with it. Because they rule the town and that is talking about one in Dakar, whatever. I was lucky to be part of the team that went to engage on that matter. And we realized that the financing mechanisms that are in place is going to be very difficult. Because all the investors are what they are telling you is we can build it, but like the amortization period of the recovery of the investment is very long, high for, the period is too long for building. Like
2 years, how much are you paying on the interior?
3 million.
3 million on annual basis. How many years have they occupied the building now? 2017 till now. We are talking about how many years? 5 years. That's 50 million. That would have built. 50 million would have built. You know what we need to realize? Personally today, I don't need $5 million to build a compound. I don't need $3 million to build a compound. I don't need even $2 million to build a compound. So why do you need $20 million to build a government property? Why do you need it? Yes, which you can use. So I strongly believe the projections we are making on government projects should reflect on our personal desires.
You see,
No, let me just stand. So I think what we need to do is, fine, this resolution belongs to the plenary. We cannot add any money, but the secretary should ask that to close to the foreign service. So that when we get to plenary, we can expand the horizon of what we are trying to look at. This will not be for us, it's for the future. There will be changes in the financing component. But believe me, as a government, right now, our priority also should be how do we develop our sovereign wealth? And part of that sovereign wealth is for the government of the Gambia to start owning assets. It doesn't make it difficult. It's to start owning assets. And we have land. You leave that land there and nothing is happening. The complex the Ministry of the Interior is occupying right now is not more than 5 million, the building itself. It's not more than it. And they are occupying it comfortably. Then we don't need 10 million or 15 million to build an office for them. Because they have not been complaining for 5-6 years now.
Did you ask the cost of your building? The cost of your building?
No. The national audit office is different from any of these ministries. These guys are operational level. They are operational level. You expect him to have so many offices because he is recruiting. The number of staff AAO will have will double or triple the number of staff you will find in what these ministries. You don't expect the the secretariat of the ministry, where the minister sits, to have many staff. You expect the 9 departments under them. That's where the operations happen. So the two are incomparable. Yes, I know.
No,
Thank you.
You know, this is a very important topic, and it's good that for me, we are in the same position in terms of this. But realistically, our challenges is different, like the way we are seeing it. You know, we perceive it this way, but when you come to practically for it to happen, look at the issue of mindset. We want to put 14 ministers there, 14. The design is wrong. The issue is referred to Minister of Works. Now we are looking for resources on how to do it, so that we have a government confidence. That's the belief, and that's what we are moving on. But the real is a concern for everybody. If you put all together with the embassies, you are talking about 100 million, hundreds of million. But our challenge now is, like I'm telling you, the investors, most of them are not interested in building. Because we tell them, we can give you what we are paying for the whole year, for example. From the budget, like it is 100 million, for example, we can give, even if we are going to add another 20%, finance will be willing to pay. But most of them are telling you the amortization period will be about 20 years, for example, to recover the investment. And most of them are not interested. We've called them, even Gambian investors. When we are in Dakar, you know what the proposal was? We build it maybe to 15-story building if you wish, but we have to sell part of the flats, part of the building, for us to recover our investment. Yeah. Let's proceed. Yeah. This study, I think we are almost done now. 27 now.
26.
Yeah. We are going to 27 now, yes.
27 is pertaining to the submission of value for net accounts and for year reports for 31st December 2020. Before 31st December 2023. And that all the institutions comply except for 5. And those are the 5 that are listed. And they are National Area Council, DBA, IEC, National Agency for Legal Aid, and judiciary. And then the institutions are requested to comply. So you have to give us a report on the institutions that have complied. I'm sure from now, some institutions have complied. Yeah, so you list for the institutions where they have complied. What do you want?
We have, I believe that the status quo is almost the same for Mansa Congo. For GBPA, we were just last week trying to find inquiries on where their auditors' accounts are. They haven't given back feedback. IEC is the same status quo, but they are taking over the audit of the IEC now. So the national audit is conducting the audit for the last 4 years.
So IEC is taking care?
It's already taken care of.
And the judiciary is on also.
Judiciary, they have submitted their finances where
judiciary is also on?
They have submitted, yes, they are also going to the audit.
How about
the NALA, I believe they are, I have to find out what is the latest on NALA.
Okay, so what you are also giving and
Mansakongo, I know is the status quo is the same.
NALA and GBA.
Yes.
And the one that you have to confirm. Yes. But Mansakongo, the status quo is still the same. Okay? So, maybe you can make a report and update on that as well.
No, let's have the ones that are pending. Then we can write them to
28, the matter be resolved and no further action required. So that is out 28. 29, the Auditor General has commenced special audit investigation and engagement letter dated 9 February has already been sent and follow up with an enhanced meeting which was held on the 23rd day of February. What is the update on that?
This, we have submitted the report to the FAC and also to the police. This matter has been, the other report has been shared with the committee and the National Assembly Club also.
When did you share the report?
I couldn't remember exactly, but I think it was part of the report that I reconciled with Sarah, that they have received it.
Okay. So that one you say is taking care? Okay. National Credit Office. 30. The audited 2020 Government of the Gambia Consolidated Financial Statements have been completed, discussed, and considered by FR in January 2024. The audit of the 2021 and 2022 Consolidated Government Financial Statement is ongoing and scheduled for completion and submission to FR by the end of 2020. So this one is about 2020 and 2021. 2021 and 2022. So already we have the 2020 is adopted or is submitted and the committee reviewed and adopted. How about 2021? For 2021 and 2022 are ones that are currently ongoing. Okay? So
that one, no response from us, sir.
Financial statement ongoing and scheduled for. Just help us. The 2020 is considered and adopted by the committee. 2021 and 2022
currently being prepared. We are yet to receive the management response for the general. We are collecting the management response.
Currently
being
audited.
Yes.
Waiting for the
management response from the
management response from AE.
Yes. We also started planning for the correct location.
And started planning for the audit of 2023. Okay. So that's the update. O.V.P.
Yes.
So we've got an update from the national audit.
Okay.
On that.
Okay. No response from us.
From you. Yes.
That is for 30.
31. The Minister of Finance took note of the resolution and will engage the relevant authorities. However, the Ministry has shared an earlier legal opinion from the Ministry of Justice on the status of audit of land laws by national audit, which it does not qualify as a public enterprise, notwithstanding government is going to review the governance structure of land laws. What was the query? That the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs and the Ministry of Justice must review the legal framework of land laws by the end of October 2023 and to make it accountable to the National Assembly. Yes, what is the state of that legal review of the framework of land laws? We need an update on that. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Regarding our water. Yes.
32. The Ministry notes the resolution and obliged to work towards resolving the issues within the control of the Ministry. However, it has been confirmed by FR that the situation has improved and no further action is required. Okay? That is for resolution 32. Regarding the penalties on payment on bonus interest and commitment charges for on-time utilization project disbursement. Then that is also taken care. Okay?
Which one?
32.
Yes. It's taken care of.
33. The contract appointment in question was validated or valid appointment of the concerned person as unqualified teacher time indicated. To conclude, however, after the result of this she became appointed as qualified teacher on the 1st November 2020. Additionally, we have directed the ministry to submit the response. So, has that been taken care? The query is that the Permanent Secretary Minister of Basic and Secondary Education reimbursed the government by end of September the sum of 30,000 being paid made and on expired contract number indicated. Has that been taken care? Then you follow it up. 34, effective 34 to be followed. 34, resolution is noted for action. That's the response. And what is the resolution? That effective immediately, board controllers to reform government all money spent on single source procurement that have been authorized prior to any purchase. So that is in progress.
Yes.
So you have to take action on that, not to give updates.
Yes.
Okay? 35. We undertake to follow up with the remaining ministries to submit by the first week of April 2024. And how that happened? That all ministries must provide to FR on before 28 September all projects under their ministry for both self-accounting and non-self-accounting projects and the people that are overseeing these projects. So you need to get an update on that.
Yeah, this was what I was asking for, whether you received any submission. Because after the presentation of the O.V.P, we officially written to all ministries to submit this to FR.
No,
that's what I was.
We don't deal with that. For us, we don't deal with them directly.
No, the resolution said they must provide to the FR.
Yes.
Yes, that's what you said. That's why we are.
That was at the time of the resolution, timeline was given. And when they don't do so, that was the time we wrote to your office and all relevant institutions.
Now, our response is we said we'll to submit by the first week of April.
Yes.
Then after the submission of the O.V.P, we've officially written to all these things, and this office was copied in our letter for them to comply to submit this. Yes. I just want to know whether there was any submission. Okay.
Verse 35. 36. The matter has been referred to the Inspector General of Police for investigation, so you need update from them. That's 36. 37. The matter is noted and the Ministry of Lands, Local Government and Religious Affairs has been engaged to support the Council to fully comply. So you need update on that whether councils are fully compliant. Okay? That's 37. 38, the matter is resolved and no further action needed. So we don't need, I think, which one is that? No, this 37, we are saying that we've, according to the committee works, we allow councils to provide their reports on these ones, and there was no further action from them, and the committee resolved to. Will now go by the report of the Auditor General and they act on the management data points. So you don't need any further update from the councils. Okay? So committee will act on the management data points of the National Police Office. 38, the matter has been resolved, no further action required. So that is also out. So let's go over the ones that are, there's no further action needed. Then the rest, we take care. Okay?
Okay. Then 14?
I think we've already dealt with
14.
20, 29, and we have told you those ones starting on the 29 September resolution.
Yes.
So this is 18 September resolution only.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
And for the 18 September resolution, first page, second page, third page, resolution 7 is out. Huh?
Yes.
Fourth page, resolution 11, 12, 13. Huh? Fourth page, resolution 14 is out. 17, and 18. Huh? Are you there? 14, 17, 18. The next page, 20. The ones that are out.
Yes.
The next page, 24 and 26, as well as 27. 27, the update is that the work is in progress. I think that can form part of the update. You can indicate that the work is in progress. Okay?
27.
26. That's part of the update, but to indicate that it's in progress. The next page, 28, 29, and 30. 28, 29, 30 are out. The next page, 32 and 34. Next, 37 and 38. Okay?
37 is out. Huh?
37 and 38. Yeah, if we go to 14, 14 we have done that review with the police, and then since you address that generally, we'll give you the update on the areas that are pending or the ones that are done. Do you get a copy of resolution 14?
Yes.
14 September 2023. Hmm?
14 September.
The attachment is sent.
Yes, the one with regards to the
Yes. No,
14 September 2023.
yes.
Can you give me a copy?
No, that's it. That's right.
You are there?
Yes.
Okay, we have indicated number one is for the police. You can, the police will give you the update on that. I think they have given it to us. So what they've indicated, now you can give us update on that.
In your report.
Number one, that one is for the police.
Now I understand. You know, they provided a report. Then the response, that's what they provided in the report. That's what we should provide to you.
No, what is that?
No, it's the part of the police.
Where are they?
Yes.
I think they told us that, I don't know.
I think everything was provided.
Let me check the
That
police.
report is referred to what? Minister of Justice.
Yes. That was a report that they submitted regarding the investigation of the COVID-19 force.
I think the police on resolution 1, they are saying that the findings contained in phase 1 of the investigation and the preliminary report submitted to the office of the Vice President. They are saying that they submitted a preliminary report. Maybe you don't get that one now. We're just giving you the hint.
Yeah.
Just rest the police. Then anything about the police, let them give you their
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
Then that's fine. I think the whole of this is being part of the police. Then
Yes,
we
so
get-
number 1 is about them. Number 2, number 3. Number 4 is on the national this NDMA.
It's for the police.
So you list with those one. Number 5 is police. Number 6 is police. Number 7 is police. Number 8, the matter has been solved. So that one is out.
Yes.
Number 8 is out.
Number 8, yes.
Number 9 is also done. The
No, number 9 is part of the police.
No, I'm seeing done in my history remark. The Director General of Government Tourism Board must account for the 22 and 2 received for payment into individuals. No? The other one is not done. Honorable members, are you there? We don't have no, number 9. The Director General of National Tourism Board must account for 202,000 the difference of money received from the government for payment to individuals in the informal sector, on before 23 September. Failure of the Inspector of Police must look at the investigation and immediately report back about the 90 days.
Sorry, for the part of the police,
Yes.
they have done their investigation. And they are reporting that the criminal report has been forwarded to the
For that particular part also.
check.
Okay, so in that part also relates to the police. For number 9, it's only number 8 that is done. Then number 10, that is also before the police. Huh?
No.
So DPS,
Yes.
for all of them, only number 10 is taken care. Okay?
14, only number 10.
Only number 8.
8, yeah, only 8 is resolved.
Yeah, so the list you list with the respective institutions.
Okay.
Hmm?
The police are saying that they submitted criminal report. Did you see this criminal report?
I will check, yes. There is a report that was submitted.
The
So, already we've received information from the
from
police.
the police, yes.
So we need to triangulate with the DPS,
Yes,
verify
sir.
with him.
Let's go to
that-
the report of the police on that resolution.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
So the number 1, that was the one I read earlier on. The findings contained in the phase 1 of the investigation and criminal report submitted to the office of the Vice President.
Yes.
That's the COVID-19 resolution 1.
Yes.
You have the criminal report on that.
Yes.
Okay? Then you can give update of that.
Now we'll give you that. Now we'll give a formal submission
Okay.
regarding all these issues.
Okay.
Then we will submit as an update.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's that. And if you list with the police, what they have given us, they will give you the same. Then you can give us the formal update on all those issues. So now you are clear. You know what you should do. Huh? That is very hectic, but yes?
So maybe I will take you back just 1 minute.
Okay.
I know you must have substantively discussed it. With regards to resolution 31 of 18th of September, that deals with the issue of gun works. The only thing I find, how do I call it, troubling, is the advice from the Minister of Finance indicating that there was an earlier opinion that was forwarded by the Minister of Justice, which was what communicated to the National Assembly. So what I'm trying to say is to advise the office of the Vice President to look at it from a different dimension. Gun works is a public entity. You know, it is a public entity. Gun works is a public entity. Their documentation started far back as 1991. By then it was under the office of the Secretary General at the State House. Whatever happened between 1991 to 2013-2014, when the entire management was arrested by the former president, and what happened after he left, which resulted to their current defiance, should be something that you would work on. The interest of this committee is to safeguard the interests of government. They will tell you they are working with international donors, but what are they leveraging on? They are leveraging on the reputation of what? The government. Without Gambia government, they wouldn't have any funding. And they were established by the government. So, what we are trying to say is, Do not limit yourself to that opinion. Do your investigation, full-scale investigation. Bring the Minister of Finance, Minister of Justice, and then you work on it to safeguard the interests of this country. If not, private individuals are benefiting on something that belongs to the nation. I will not shy away from saying it. I have said it in the place